It's so confusing. This virtual game equipment is just for decoration, right? The students were very angry, but unfortunately no one paid them any attention. How dare the school do this? I'm going to complain to the education department. Hot school. My cousin's school provides a lot of internship benefits. Some students were angry. And at this moment, a weak voice suddenly came, "Oh, when you applied for the exam, did you really have no idea what this college was like?" Brush. The world suddenly became quiet. For a long time. A sigh. Go to sleep. I did the math. I'm tired after working 8 hours today. If I work 16 hours tomorrow, I will definitely be able to save some points and buy a training meal. These days, I just work as a coolie and accumulate credits. Don't imitate those losers in the 2nd grade. Even in this shabby academy, we still need to get ahead. One person said. Yeah. Everyone agreed. They heard that several second-year students had also come to intern. They originally thought they had applied specifically for the internship, but they did not expect that they were doing hard work for credits. This is the result of not studying hard. If you fail too many subjects, you will have to intern at this crappy place. With those who were in a worse situation, they seemed to have a much better balance in their hearts. In addition, they were tired after a whole day, and they soon fell asleep in a daze. And at this time, the senior they were talking about as miserable was frantically making cards. It's done. Lu Ming waved his hand. Buzz. A cow's crazy arch card takes shape. During the day, he was working hard like these students. However, the ore he dug was not submitted, but was turned into energy cards, and then these energy cards were used to make the cow crazy arch card. The speed of cultivation soars. At the end of the day, the benefits are staggering. The original 64 points of energy in his body soared to 80 points. In just one day, his energy increased by 16 points. It's terrifying. So strong. Lu Ming was shocked. You know, Xiao Lu Ming only gained dozens of energy points in a year. And Lu Ming was sure that there should be other card makers who would also use this method to improve. But their improvement speed is similar to when I was crazy about making Fruit Ninja cards. It's not worth it to increase a little energy all day long. Because the cards used for training are too low end. Because the basic level of drawing textures is too poor. If the production is slower, there may not even be enough points for 3 meals a day, so why bother practicing? And what about Lu Ming? Drawing speed is improved. Cultivation speed increases. The combination of these two brings amazing results. At this rate, 16 points of energy a day may increase by 100 points in 7 days. This is enough to match Xiao Lu Ming's progress in 1 or 2 years. But not enough. Lu Ming was not satisfied yet. In order to avoid his classmates during the day, he had to carefully make cards. They all went back at night. This time may be more suitable for him. How about giving it a try now? Lu Ming's heart moved. He doesn't need points anyway. When he arrived, he had prepared food for 7 days in the package and even brought a mini tent, just so as not to waste time by redeeming points. Think of this. Lu Ming quietly left the dormitory and walked into the mine. There was silence. Lu Ming found a mining cave, set up a tent, put away his things, and then started mining. However, after just completing 1 card, he felt something was wrong. Too slow. During the day, I carefully made cards and avoided the eyes of my classmates, so I didn't feel any problems. And now, he found that the time it took him to dig an energy stone was actually longer than the time he spent making the card. Especially now that I have made comprehensive progress. It takes 20 minutes to dig an energy stone and only 10 minutes to make an energy card. What kind of rhythm is this? What a trap. Lu Ming stared at the energy stone in front of him, and suddenly his mind moved. What to dig? Why do you have to dig it out yourself? If you want to absorb energy, it seems that you only need to come into contact with the energy surface. In that case, doesn't it mean that you don't have to dig it out at all? As long as he can come into contact with it, it will naturally be absorbed into his body. Anyway, even if it is dug out, isn't that how it is absorbed? Brush. Lu Ming immediately grabbed an energy stone. Certainly. These energy ores are of very low purity. When Lu Ming absorbed it, he could clearly feel the intermittent energy. But that's okay. Occasionally when the energy is interrupted, he replenishes the energy in his body to ensure the seamless connection of energy and successfully complete the pattern drawing. He is very skilled in this process. Because he had done a similar job in his previous life, well, the network was seamlessly connected, and the Wi-Fi was not enough for 4G, so he had to ensure the smoothness of the network no matter what. Soon, the first energy card was completed. Done. Lu Ming was delighted. He actually succeeded in making the energy stone without digging it. Of course, with the success of his production, the energy in the energy stone that had not yet been dug out was completely exhausted and turned into a piece of waste rock. It works. Ming was very satisfied. His cultivation speed increased dramatically again. 1, 2, 3. Ming started his crazy card-making journey. Soon, the energy stones exposed on the ground nearby had all turned into abandoned stones, and Ming had to change his position and start absorbing them. Ding! Ding! There was a faint sound in the distance. There is someone. Ming was awestruck. But if you think about it carefully, that's right. I'm not the only one who practices immortality late at night. I guess many people also want to take advantage of these 7 days to have a cultivation meal. Or, experience the legendary virtual fantasy lady who can be in harmony with each other. Well, that's attractive to some people. It would be bad if you were bumped into. Ming thought for a while and simply hid in the tent. The area of the tent is large enough. At least, the part of the energy stones under the tent covered by the tent is enough to support Ming to make several energy cards. In this way, the camouflage effect will be achieved. When you need to change positions, wouldn't it be better to push the tent and move it? Perfect. Ming found a solution and started making cards again. It's late at night. Some students who were crazy in the mine were also sleepy and fell asleep in the mine. For a long time. Someone was awakened by the need to urinate and was preparing to go to the toilet with sleepy eyes. Then he saw a tent that seemed to be constantly moving in the darkness. His eyes suddenly opened wide. That's right. It was indeed a tent. In the middle of the night. In this dark place. In this deserted mine, move quietly. Oh my God. There's a ghost. He ran down the mountain crying in cold sweat. Huh? The tent stopped. Ming stuck his head out and looked outside, but saw no one. Strangeness. He muttered and went back to making cards. The next day. The internship started on the second day. The students in the dormitory felt sore all over. They really wanted to complain about this cheating internship activity, but they heard someone talking about what happened yesterday. Have you heard that there is a ghost in the mine at night? How is it possible? Really, it is said that a tent monster ran away by itself. Wow, so fantasy. Really, many people have seen it. It is said that several people who were mining late last night were so frightened that they ran back and were trembling in bed. Everyone was shocked. It spread quickly and quickly became popular. Everyone knows that late at night in the mine, there will be a tent monster activity, which is very scary. Students no longer dare to go to the mines late at night. This is not because they are superstitious, but because this mine is a place where energy emerges and it nourishes some strange things, which is also normal. This matter was reported to the teacher, who was also confused. He knew that there were occasionally some innocuous little things in the mines, such as big insects and small ferocious beasts. He had seen them several times before, but this tent monster? What the hell? Can a tent also become a spirit? Only. Before they could investigate the matter, they were suppressed, because the students discovered a horrific thing. The point seemed to be reduced. Illusion? I don't know. I feel like today's mining time is longer, but the points are less? Maybe it's bad luck. That's right. This is what the students thought at first. However, when the settlement was completed on the third day, the students' mentality was completely shattered. Because they worked harder today. In order to make up for the points lost yesterday, several people even worked for 16 hours. However, they were horrified to find that the points were reduced again. How can this be? There are fewer points than the first 8 hours of work on the first day. The students' mentality collapsed. Where are you cheating? If you don't do this, I work for 12 hours and only have enough to eat. I will never come to this wretched place again. I'm cheating people. Whoever comes will give money. The students are desperate. The college and the factory were too shady this time and just treated them as coolies. Too cruel. And at this moment, the employee responsible for counting the energy ores looked a little strangely at the statistics of the energy stones harvested today, the lowest ever. Strange. Why are the energy statistics so low? The employee was very surprised to know. Although the factory is harsh, it is not stupid and will not be so cruel. If they work hard, in addition to normal food and accommodation, they can also exchange them for games and entertainment. Otherwise, why would they buy game equipment? But this time most students failed to meet the standards. There is a problem. He looked at it and found that there were clearly a lot of energy stones. Why was the comprehensive energy so low? Could it be that the energy density of this mine had dropped again? Well, let's go and see it tomorrow. The employees thought so. The teacher who got the statistics was also very dissatisfied. The energy contained in the energy stone submitted by the students was so low, so his income was naturally much less. Why? It must be those students who are lazy. Snort. These guys are the worst class of students he has ever taught. Supervise them well tomorrow. The teacher thought. And at this moment, no one noticed that a tent was slowly moving above the deserted mine. Wherever it passed, all the energy stones turned into waste rocks.